Fala galera, beleza? Quem fala aqui é o Cross. Galera, seguinte, vou dar início aqui uma gameplay inédita no canal, Alan Wake 2. Para quem acompanha o canal aqui já há algum tempo, sabe que eu fiz a série completa do Alan Wake, versão remasterizada, inclusive as DLCs. E vamos jogar essa obra de arte. Pelo que eu li, o jogo tá muito bom. Tava realmente bem ansioso. Eu curto muito esse estilo de jogo, então eu espero que vocês curtam. Vou fazer a série completa aqui no canal e sejam todos muito bem-vindos para quem estiver seguindo o Chernobyl Games agora. E eu vou pedir para quem puder deixar o joinha, que ajuda bastante. O YouTube entende que o conteúdo é um conteúdo bom e acaba entregando para mais pessoas, beleza? Galera, então muito obrigado a todos que vão acompanhar a série no canal. E vamos iniciar uma saga nova. Primeiro contato que eu tô tendo com o game, hein, galera. Então, novo jogo. Lembrando que o Alan Wake 2 ele só tá disponível na versão digital, tá? Ele não tem mídia física. Eu gostaria muito de ter a mídia física para poder fazer parte aqui da minha coleção, mas infelizmente só mídia digital. Então bora lá, ó. Vamos jogar no modo normal para fazer essa série de gameplay. Use um sinalizador de mão para se livrar de uma agarrada sem se ferir. Algumas dicas, ó.
Back to the beginning. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations, looking for an answer. Sometimes it would be better to live with that hope without ever knowing the full story.
O jogo ele é em inglês com dublagem em português, tá? Com legenda em português.
In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters. And the trick is not to end up as either. But trapped by the genre, we are all ripped to pieces along the way. This is not the story I hoped it would be. This is not the ending I wanted. This story will eat us alive. This story is a monster. And monsters wear many faces.
Cara, o jogo começa sinistro, hein? Bom, aqui eu já começo a controlar essa criatura aqui, ó. Parece um pântano. Bom, bora lá. Bom, vamos dar uma olhada em volta aqui, ó. Tá barrigudinho, hein, fio? Ó lá, ó. É um lugar realmente bem assustador, ó. Será que é por aqui? Rapaz, mano, se andar essa altura do campeonato. Cara, e o cagaço? Vocês estão ligados que vai ser susto atrás de susto, né? Eu acho que eu tô fazendo o caminho correto. que vocês estão vendo um cara com a bunda de fora. Plena... Tá preula! Tô falando da bunda do... Puta merda, mano! Começou, mano. Rapaz, mano. Cara, e você jogando com fone, o susto acaba sendo maior ainda, mano. Quem tiver a oportunidade, galera, jogue. Pelo menos o primeiro foi muito bom. Nossa, eu achei que tinha algum espírito aqui perto de mim. Cara, parece que às vezes eu tô vendo algumas coisas aqui, ó. Tá preula. Cara, eu não tenho nada aqui, mano. Não tenho lanterna, não tenho arma. Bom, pelo menos a gente pode correr, ó. Corre, filho. O que te resta é correr, irmão. Será que é por aqui? Cara, eu achei que eu tinha morrido, mas faz parte do jogo. Cara, arrancou o coração do cara fora. Cara, curti o começo, hein? Gostei.
Hey, kiddo. How are you?
I'm good, Mom. How are you?
This trip might take a little longer than I thought. I'm sorry I've been gone so much lately, Logan.
Oh my god, Mom, it's not your fault people get all murdery. What happened?
Just work stuff.
Right. Well, Dad and I are just watching the latest episode of Night Springs here. Mom, it's so good.
No spoilers! I'll let you get back to the show. You were supposed to wait and watch with me. I love you both.
This is what happens when you go on work trips, Mom. Love you too. And say hi to Casey. Tell him to stop brooding so much.
Logan? I will. Bye, kiddo. Logan thinks you should try cheering up.
Snarky kid. Wonder where she gets that from.
It can't be a coincidence that another body turns up just as we arrive in town. Feels like the killer's leaving us a message.
I'm glad you're on this case with me, Anderson. It's right up your alley. You should take lead. Think of me as the backup.
Okay. Any words of advice?
Nothing that would cheer anyone up. Here we are. Cauldron Lake.
Time to get to work. A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene. There's the car, so where's the deputy?
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Convite. Bom, aqui eu já tô controlando ela, hein, galera. Vá à cena do
Worth
crime.
Memorizing before we get swallowed up by the trees.
I think I hear someone. Could be our deputy.
I can.
Vamos ver o mapa, ó. Bom, eu tô exatamente naquele pontinho amarelo. E a gente tem que ir na cena do crime. Bora lá. Ó, FBI, hein, mano. Braba a jaqueta dela, hein. Então a gente vai lá onde teve aquela seita.
Hey there, Agent Casey, right? Sheriff Breaker said you'd be coming by to take over the case.
You're half right. Anderson?
Saga Anderson. I'll be leading this case. Seems you already know my partner, Alex Casey.
Shoot. Sorry about that, ma'am. I'm Deputy Mulligan. I just figured that, you know, that, Federal agents right here, Thornton. My partner, Thornton, down at the crime scene. He's not what you call the sharpest axe in the shed.
Right here? What do you mean? Are they with you? Oh, shit! They didn't hear me, did they?
Cara, tá meio ruim pra ler ali, ó. Um resumo cairia bem. Alguma testemunha do crime? Eu vou na testemunha do crime.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing sneaking around the woods at night.
Mention the city folk. It's pretty suspicious.
Not that we have anything against city folk, right, Thornton? But don't worry. Sheriff Breaker took them back to town a while ago.
Vamos dar uma olhada no corpo.
I want to see the body. How do we get there?
Oh, sure, that's real simple. Just through the hole in the fence, down the hill towards the lake, around the old convenience store. You can't miss it. Everything's been closed since the area was fenced off. The store, the campground, all of it.
Mulligan, tell them I'm here, waiting. I'll show them around.
They got it, Thornton.
Bora lá. Encontre o
Before we get to the
policial.
crime scene, there's time to review the facts of the case so far. Make sure I'm seeing the clues
Vamos dar uma
clearly.
olhada aqui, ó. Você pode acessar o quadro de casos dentro do lugar mental.
The Mind Place. My version of the Mind Palace technique. To sift through clues and work the case. Building the Mind Place again for each case. Using each field office as a model in my head. The facts are on the board. Everything we know about the previous murders. Worth taking another look.
Bom, objetivos e casos. Bom, aqui a gente consegue se movimentar, ó. Você pode explorar livremente o quadro de casos ou pressionar bolinha para sair. Tá, eu não quero por enquanto inspecionar nada.
I see
Ah, eu
you're
clico aqui, eu
already
saio,
hard at
entendi.
work, Anderson. Close to cracking it?
We're just getting started. Let's head down the hill to the crime scene.
Fucking nature. Gives me a headache. There's too much sky.
Cara, a primeira impressão do jogo
Hey,
aqui
Casey. You putting me in charge.
tá muito
Why
bonito
now?
por enquanto.
Look, Anderson, you're a better detective than I am. You've cracked cases that had the rest of us baffled. I don't want to slow you down.
Are you thinking of retiring? You know what happens to cops who say this is their last case.
Real funny, Anderson.
Cara, o primeiro Alan Wake foi muito gostoso jogar ele. A história é muito envolvente. Pra
Stairs
quem
are
não
out.
assistiu,
You okay to jump down?
I'm not that old.
no final do vídeo eu vou deixar um vídeo recomendado. Primeiro episódio do Alan Wake que eu gravei. Opa! Mirror Peak. A prodigiosa montanha ao longe é justamente Mirror Peak, o ícone símbolo acima de Cauldron Lake. Vista do ângulo certo, a beleza dela se reflete na superfície tranquila do lago, um reflexo invertido glorioso. Bora seguir aqui. Olha lá a montanha, pra quem não viu, olha lá. Alto, hein? Cara, eu tava falando dos gráficos, muito bonito por enquanto. Muito bem feito o jogo. Bom, eu não esperava menos do PlayStation 5, de verdade. Quero ver o corpo lá da seita, mano.
Not a bad place to get murdered.
If getting back to nature is your thing.
Será que acharam os culpados?
Damn. Should have brought an umbrella.
I like the rain. The only thing around here that feels like home.
You think the local law had the sense to put up a tarp?
If they did, next coffee's on me.
Cadê a loja de conveniência?
How much clearer can I make it, Mulligan?
Isso aí reclama, hein?
Hey!
Deputy Thornton, I take it.
That's me, at your service, ready to get this case solved. Now the body's behind the store. Come on, I'll show you. So, FBI, huh? That's so cool. Hunting down psycho serial killers and shootouts with the mob.
You forgot the UFO cover-ups.
What? Those are real? You guys hiring?
Olha lá o corpo.
Let's just see this body, shall we?
Caraca, mano. Olha o coração do cara, mano. E aí, vocês não vão vir pra cá, não? Aqui não tem nada pra gente inspecionar. É, galera, ó. Tem umas marcações. Aqui que é bebidas. Achei que ele viria pra cá, tá com medinho, é? Ué. Será que eu tenho que fazer algo aqui? Bom. Deixa eu seguir aqui. Ó, aqui...
Locked. They really don't want people coming in here.
Vá à cena do crime. Cara, a cena do crime é aqui, hein? Deixa eu ver o... Vá à cena do crime. Não, eu queria ver o... Ah, e o mapa, ó. Aqui é exatamente a cena do crime. Sua localização. Ó, aqui tá um proibido passar. Temos aqui algumas evidências. Cara, e agora? Eu não entendi essa parte aqui. Os dois ficam como a cara de cu, não vem pra cá, mano? Deixa eu ver aqui, ó. Objetivos. Se eu for... Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui, ó. Mapa. Tá, o mapa onde eu estou, beleza. Tá, aqui daria... Lembre-se que você pode acessar o mapa sem entrar Beleza, isso aí eu sei. Cara, deixa eu dar uma inspecionada por aqui, pera aí. Eu tô achando que eu vou tomar um susto, mas...
A creepy twig sculpture?
Que é isso? Você pode usar para ativar a lanterna. Beleza. Bom, aqui deve ter alguma coisa, ó.
Hey there, Mr. Deer. You remind me of a dream I had.
Cara, lugarzinho sinistro, hein? Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui. Tem nem água na privada, ó. Cara, opa. Que sirva de aviso demais invasores. Dizem que o lago é uma caldeira, algo formado por uma erupção vulcânica ou as cavidades que ela produz. Mas e se não for verdade? E se for uma outra coisa, algo menos natural e muito mais criado pela humanidade? Intencional? Ah, tem que abaixar aqui, ó. Eu acho que o lago não foi formado, foi projetado e tem um propósito. O lago é um esconderijo. Sob a superfície tranquila repousa uma máquina secreta pronta para ser ativada com um botão. E as pessoas com esse botão, elas estão naquele casarão perto do lago, preparando-se, eu sei. Primeiro desenho, linha de água, caldeira real feita de um vulcão, lava. Segundo desenho, linha de água, estrutura projetada, máquinas estranhas. Aqui não tem mais nada pra gente fazer, né? Não. Beleza. Então fechou. Cara, aqui nessa cabana, teoricamente é isso aí, ó. Aqui não tem nada. Aqui a gente já inspecionou, né? Cara, sabe o que eu achei estranho? Aquela vez eu olhei o servo aqui, ó. E ele tirou a opção de eu poder ter alguma relação com ele, ó. Aqui Será que aqui tem mais coisas, mano? Só tem isso aqui mesmo, ó. Dá pra dar um zoom? Eu acho que é só isso. Enfim. Eu vou dar o fora daqui, galera. Ó, os caras estão ali, ó. Ah, agora eles vão vir pra cá, né?
Now this is the scene of the crime. We found him on the table. And we didn't touch nothing, you know, procedures and stuff.
Thanks, Deputy.
No tarp. You owe me a coffee.
Okay, let's start by examining our guest of honor.
Does this fit the MO of the previous murders? Body is positioned on the table. Ritualistic.
Cara, o corpo tá feio, hein? Você desbloqueou sua primeira imagem principal. Você pode colocá-la no quadro de casos dentro do lugar mental. Permite que Saga veja pistas ativas. Você pode selecionar a imagem principal. Tá. Beleza. Pistas.
Another body turns up just as we arrive in town.
Bom, colocamos num canto da parede ali. Não sei se seria... Ah, ela já tá ligando tudo ali, ó. Beleza. Beleza. Bom, o que nos resta agora...
Incise stab wound. Chest cut open. Heart removed.
Agora a gente vai dar uma olhada aqui no
The killer
coração.
left the heart right next to the body. Bruising on the wrist from the cargo straps holding him down.
Aqui acho que já foi, hein? Puta, ele vai pedir pra gente sempre colocar aqui, ó. É possível colocar pistas recém-descobertas na pergunta aberta.
That's not right.
Ué. Ué. Olhar em volta. Ah, entendi, tá. Agora eu entendi como que funciona. Ele já me dá a opção, ó. Fechou.
Heart removed from chest, strapped by the wrists. Definitely matches the previous murders. But this time the heart and the straps were left behind. More clues to work with. This makes 4 murders that we know about.
Descubra mais sobre a vítima e descubra mais sobre o assassino.
Who is our victim? Who killed him? Need to find more clues. Large amount of blood on the table.
Olha lá, tem mais uma
The
foto
victim
aqui.
died here. Multiple people were here. Multiple killers?
Caraca, a gente vai pegar várias fotos.
Someone left in a hurry. Knocked the tripod over.
Aqui já era, ó.
Was it for a camera?
Opa, tem aqui.
Someone was drinking beer. They spent time here, waiting.
Lá vamos nós de novo, ó. Aí a gente vai ligando tudo aqui agora. E é assim que ela vai ligando. Vai ligando tudo, ó.
Boot prints indicating multiple killers. Quite the party.
Para depois. Bom, aqui já tá ok. Falar com o policial aqui.
Any idea who the victim is?
Oh, I sure do. His name is Nightingale. He was FBI. He came to town about 13 years ago. Now, I haven't heard a word about him since. Well, until now.
Nightingale? Robert Nightingale?
Oh, yes. You probably knew him. Brothers in arms. Oh, and sisters.
É possível descobrir pistas ao falar com pessoas ou examinar seu entorno. Cara, será que aqui vai ter mais alguma coisa, mano? Ó, aqui nós vimos tudo. Deixa eu falar com ele de novo. Ele tá pedindo, ó.
So you knew our victim.
Well, I didn't recognize him in his current state. But yeah, I ran into him a few times at Quantico. Never worked any cases together. After his partner got killed in the field, he went off the deep end. Got the boot pretty quick after that.
O que aconteceu após ele ser demitido? Então ele desapareceu desde 2010?
Nightingale went missing 13 years ago, 2010.
The same as all the other victims.
Certainly fits the pattern. Makes me wonder what was going on that year.
Probably something this town wants to forget.
So what happened to Nightingale after the Bureau let him go?
I only know the rumors. Depression led to booze, booze led to paranoia. He got some wild ideas in his head, chased ghosts until he fell off the map. Guess he ended up here,
I bet there's more to that story.
but no happy ending.
I think that's everything.
Deixa eu ver uma coisa, peraí. Ó, eu tenho mais... Cara... Beleza, aqui a gente já
Robert
ligou.
Nightingale, ex-FBI, came to Bright Falls 13 years ago.
Pera aí, tem mais? Ou é pra depois? Ah, já dá pra colocar, ó. Caramba, ela vai ligando todos os pontos, ó. Beleza.
They planned for the murder to happen here, passing the time with equipment ready. They were waiting for him. But why Nightingale? He's been missing for 13 years. Why here? Why now? Profiling. Get into the subject's head. See what they saw. Feel what they felt. Use whatever I know about them to guide my intuition to a revelation. Piece it together.
Você pode usar o perfil dentro do lugar mental de Saga para entrar na cabeça de suspeitos e vítimas. Cara, o jogo ele é um pouquinho mais complexo. Então ele tem... A gente vai conseguir achar várias coisas, ó. Ó, deixa eu ver o que ele tá pedindo pra gente fazer aqui agora. Ah, tá.
Nightingale was chosen as the victim. Why?
Flip the switch. It goes click.
Lights are off. But somebody's home. Somebody's home.
This wasn't some random act of violence. This was a ritual. A Nightingale, a component. They didn't see him as a person. More like a container for something. Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13 years. How did he end up here?
Up from the lake that's not a lake. It's dark. He was there too. You are not allowed in the lake until he says otherwise.
Robert Nightingale came from the lake, before his murder.
Bom, aqui acho que beleza. Aí a gente tem que voltar aqui, ó. Cara, toda hora tem pista de alguma coisa, ó. Acho que agora foi, hein?
The lake is connected to Nightingale somehow.
Casey, let's take a look down by the lake. Lead the way.
Sounds good. This way, right?
Bora,
Right.
vamos ver o lago.
Okay, well, I'll just wait here.
Cara, se o jogo fosse em português,
This one of your hunches,
acho
Anderson?
que ia ser bacana.
Did something happen at the lake?
I think Nightingale came up from that direction. From the lake. Probably looking for shelter. Safety. They were waiting for him.
When you're ready, I'd love to hear what you put together so far.
Sure. It's not that complicated. Nightingale was out in the woods alone at night, possibly nude. The killers knew he was here, ambushed him, dragged him to the campgrounds, strapped him to the table, cut his heart out. But then they were interrupted by those witnesses, the Bookers.
Opa, tem alguma coisa
The
aqui,
job
ó.
is unfinished.
That seems pretty complicated to me. What was this
Ah,
guy
aqui é
doing
só pra
independent
gente
at
subir
this
só.
time of year?
Haven't
Mas a gente
figured
vai
that
pro
part
lago.
out yet.
Lots of questions.
Lots of answers for us to find.
I didn't know trees got that big.
Cara, sinistrão o negócio,
Gives me
hein?
the creeps.
You need to get out more. It is kind of creepy, though. There's a piece of paper on the ground. Tracks. Barefoot. Nightingales?
Então tem sangue
They
aqui,
come
ó.
out from under the boulder.
It makes no sense.
A page full of text on one side. Not a printout. Written with a typewriter. Old school. Lines scratched out and edits added with a pen.
Like a manuscript. Page of a story. Killer left a message.
It's for us. The text is about us. The victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale. And then there was the page they found. The first step down into terrifying depths.
Reading the words. These words felt like a message.
Felt like a message.
Someone knew they were here. Someone playing a game with them. An invitation.
Olha lá, o Alan Wake criando a história.
Who would end up hurting them? Someone's been watching us.
Playing a sick game with us.
You were right. This is right up my alley. Nightingale came this way.
Aqui não dá pra passar nada, né?
Either he dropped this page, or the killers left it for us. I should profile Nightingale about this page.
Bom, a gente tem mais duas aqui, ó.
I think he came from the lake. But his tracks make no sense.
Daqui a pouco fica sem espaço a parede, hein? Bom, aqui a gente tem alguns
The
documentos.
victim was one of their own. FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale, gone missing here 13 years ago. Now he had suddenly turned up, only to be murdered in a brutal ritual on the very day of their arrival. And then there was the page. This page, the first page that they had found, not the last. The first step down into terrifying depths. Secret truths trembling beyond the threshold. Reading the words, these words, felt like a message. Was a message. Someone knew they were here. What they were doing. Someone playing a game with them. Leading them on. An invitation. How could they not accept? The sheer audacity of this impossible mystery presented to them. Even if they knew it would end up hurting them.
We found a page in the woods. A story about these events. What is Nightingale's role in this?
I carry his words close to my chest now. Inside, the awful truth. You must dig it out.
Something was put inside him. In his chest. I must find out what.
Cara, não para, ó. Beleza.
Found all I can here. Time to properly examine the body. See what I can find inside.
Cara, aqui por enquanto tá ok, ó.
Casey, I think something's been put inside Nightingale's body. Let's tell the deputies to get the body to the town morgue.
Okay.
Cara, agora a gente vai pedir pro policial remover o corpo. Bora voltar lá. A gente não vai
Whoever wrote
deixar
that
ele pra
page made
decompor
sure it
aqui,
read
né?
like a story. Like a scene from a thriller.
I hate all of it. The text said we'd find more. I believe it.
But what's the purpose? They're twisting events to create their own narrative. To do what? Entertain some fantasy? Projecting their desires? Are we characters or the audience? Witnesses to their design? All the above?
It's all about control. Deciding what happens to who. Don't let it drag you in.
Too late.
You made it back.
I'm already hooked.
Good.
I need the next chapter.
I hope you didn't get stuck in any of those big puddles. Crazy flooding down there, huh? Just like I said.
Deputy, I want the body taken back to town for a proper examination ASAP.
Well, sure. But the coroner won't be back in town for another week after Deerfest.
Not a problem. I'll do it myself.
Oh, and Sheriff Breaker called to say he's got the bookers at the Oh Dear Diner in town. Oh, and I've got a key to the gate. It's a shortcut back to the parking lot just up the hill.
Chave de atalho.
Thanks. Let's
Bom,
get the car. Drive to Bright Falls.
Bora
And
lá.
talk to these witnesses. The bookers.
At the diner, right? I could use a cup of coffee.
Let's try that shortcut the deputy mentioned.
Sounds good.
Seems like a nice town so far. Murders aside. Pretty woods. Cute lodge we got set up in. We should go for a hike if we get a chance.
Now you're just being mean, Anderson.
Deputies aren't exactly up to the task, but hopefully the sheriff will be more helpful.
Not a surprise about the deputies. Doubt they've seen much stuff this gruesome.
Cara, eu creio que aqui seja o caminho.
Is that a
Opa.
kid's lunchbox? An Alex Casey movie lunchbox. Casey
Estamos
hates the
juntos
endless
nessa
jokes about
figura heróica.
coincidentally having the same name as a fake detective.
He hates those cheesy crime books. But he really hates the movies.
Você pode usar os fragmentos de manuscrito para aprimorar armas no lugar mental. Ah, eu tô com 2, ó. Precisa de 12 aqui. Aumento de 50% o tamanho do carregador. Por enquanto eu não consigo fazer nada. Beleza. Cara, e aqui? Aqui não dá pra fazer nada, né? E cadê o policial? Aqui não dá pra pegar nada. Aqui também não... Opa, pera aí. Não dá pra abrir, ó. Cara, vambora então. Por isso que é bom dar uma fuçada,
Can't
galera.
fit the clues all together yet. Heart removed, tripod, tracks leading to a dead end.
A tripod? For a camera? To record a snuff film?
Maybe. And why take out his heart just to throw it away?
To stuff in something for us to find.
Tô dando uma olhada dos lados assim pra ver se eu não deixo passar nada. Ó, tem 2 caminhos agora. Eu vou logo pelo mais perigoso. Tem até uma placa ali de... Ou seja... aqui não tem nada.
Here we are. Let's drive back to town and meet the sheriff at the diner. I can't get that manuscript page out of my head. I've never seen killers reach out so directly before.
Damn impressive work so far. With your technique, these hunches were moving fast.
I wasn't sure about taking a case so far from home, but I'm thrilled to be here for this mystery. Need to swing by the lodge to get anything from the field office?
No, I'm all set.
I'll park there anyway. I want to walk to the diner, get a feel for the town.
Bora lá.
The diner's just up the waterfront. Shouldn't keep the sheriff and our witnesses waiting.
I smell coffee.
Pera aí, deixa eu... Pera aí, não. Ah, tá. Cara, nós estamos... Onde que nós estamos?
Just how much coffee have you had today?
Beleza, mapa.
Don't care. How much have you had? Not enough. That's how much. Never enough coffee. Oh, that's rich. Bittersweet nectar.
Será que é pra cá?
Oh dear. You.
Let me guess. The FBI. Welcome to Bright Falls. It's nice to have you here. I got you both some coffee. Oh, it's Washington's finest.
Nice to meet you, Sheriff. I'm set for coffee.
You know, I wouldn't say no to another.
I'm Agent Saga Anderson. This is Agent Alex Casey.
Tim Breaker. And let me just say, I'm happy you two are here. Frankly, we could use the help.
Me disseram que havia testemunhas.
Your deputies said you had a couple of witnesses here.
They made them sound like suspects.
Mulligan and Thornton are still on about that? No, the Bookers don't strike me as the murdering type, but you can decide for yourselves. They're just inside having coffee and pie to calm their nerves.
I'll see what they have to say. Casey, you compare notes with the sheriff.
Take your time. We've looked through the case files you sent over, Sheriff. Have you had many people besides the known
Será que dá pra...
victims go missing?
Sure.
Tem algo pra gente explorar aqui.
Yes. Missing person cases spiked around 2010. The fence was built just after.
Yeah, that's exactly
Tá
right.
quebrado, ó. Eu não vou ler todos os documentos, galera, senão vai ficar
Can't believe that happened.
bem cansativo, ó. Opa! Aqui não dá, tá fechado, ó. Será que tem algo aqui pra gente investigar? Aí tem alguém usando o banheiro, hein?
It's not opening.
Tá fechado. Aqui tá com cadeado. Opa, aqui tá aberto, hein?
Rest easy, buddy.
Bom, aqui só tem isso, nada mais que isso. Não dá pra explorar mais nada aqui na lanchonete? Aparentemente não, hein? Não dá pra dialogar com ninguém.
You can go ahead, Anderson. We'll be here.
Vamos em frente. Deixa eu ver o mapa. Ah, nós estamos aqui, ó. Sua localização. Interrogue as testemunhas na lanchonete. Cara, então tem gente pra interrogar aqui, ó. Será que dá pra falar?
Some more new folks in town, I see.
Ó, pelo menos.
Excuse me. I'm Agent Saga Anderson. Are you the bookers?
That's us. I'm Tammy, and he's Ed.
Hello, officer.
Just Saga is fine, Ed.
So, are we being charged with anything? Because if not, we'd love to get back to our hotel and decompress after what we saw. Take a bath, scream into pillows, that kind of thing.
We're not charging you. I just have a few questions. Nothing to stress about, okay?
Porque estavam em Calder Lake. Podem me contar o que viram?
What were you doing at Cauldron Lake last night?
I'm a writer. True crime. We're here from New York, doing some research on a famous novelist, Alan Wake, who went missing here. I was down at the lake, getting some details. Perfectly legal.
So what did you see in the woods?
This naked dude came out of the lake, and he was acting crazy, shouting weird shit at us. He must have been on something.
Unless skinny dipping at dawn is a thing around here.
Then we heard shooting. We ran into these psychos in deer masks. They were tearing into the naked guy with knives.
Esses dois são aqueles dois que saíram correndo durante a seita.
Then we bolted.
Que eles viram eles.
What makes you say it was a cult?
The masks and knives aren't enough.
They were shouting, "Cult of the tree. The cult of the tree. Cult of the tree." Oh, and then we found out. The whole thing was terrifying. That's all.
Beleza. Bom, aqui, ó. A seita da árvore.
The cult of the tree. What are the bookers telling me?
I found their necklace. The symbol is 2 triangles.
The cult wants their spruce tree back, Tammy.
Finders keepers, Ed. My publisher will want this on the cover.
Tammy found something. A necklace belonging to one of the cultists.
Vamos ver isso
The
daqui.
bookers were at Cauldron Lake. Why?
The fence was built to hide what's there. They say the writer fell in the lake.
Private party. No trespassing.
My book has questions. Past the bolt cutters.
They broke in for the sake of Tammy's book. Nothing to do with a murder. They were telling the truth.
Bom, aqui beleza, galera, ó.
So you found something there, right? A necklace these cultists may have dropped.
Okay. Wow. How did you put that together?
It's evidence. You need to hand it over.
Told you not to keep that thing, Timmy.
Thanks. This could prove to be helpful. Do me a favor. Stick around town for now in case we have any more questions.
Like we'd even dream of missing dear friends.
Oh, God. Saga! Saga Anderson. As I live and breathe. I thought we'd never see you back here after that awful, awful thing happened to your baby girl. How are you? I'm sorry. Who are you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's me, silly. Rose. You know me.
I don't think I do. And what horrible thing happened to my baby girl?
She drowned. Your daughter. That's so weird you don't remember.
How do you know I have a daughter?
Oh, I know what this is. You're blocking out your traumatic memories. Happens on TV all the time.
No. You're mistaking me for someone else.
If you say so.
Bom, galera, agora deixa eu ver. Ó, tem mais uma informação ali.
All set? My guys have Nightingale at the morgue if you're ready to go take a
Tá
look.
pedindo pra
Let's
gente
go.
até a delegacia, ó.
Well, Casey, I got a lead.
Mas antes,
Looks like we're dealing with a cult. The cult of the tree.
o mapa mental tá indisponível devido ao diálogo deles, ó.
Have you heard of this cult of the tree, Sheriff?
Only the urban legend. If you're in the woods at night, the cult will get you. That sort of thing.
We're not gonna find out you're the Grand Wizard or something, are we?
I played some D&D back in the day. Wizard was always my favorite class.
Morning, Sheriff. Looks like you have some guests.
Ah, morning, Ted. Yeah, real important guests. Deerfest. Always draws a crowd, right?
Too true. More the merrier. Have a good one, Sheriff.
Bom, galera, eu vou fazer
Hey,
o
what do you know
seguinte,
about
ó.
that waitress from the diner?
Esse primeiro vídeo,
Yeah, she's a bit of a space case. Always has been.
ó, a delegacia é exatamente aqui, ó.
She kept
Ou
saying
não?
that my daughter drowned. She even knew my name. It was
Não,
all
lá na
very
frente, ó.
weird.
Rose has a talent for saying the weirdest thing possible.
Essa daqui é a primeira hora de Alan Wake 2. Por enquanto, aqui a gente está investigando um caso de assassinato, uma seita. Chegamos aqui na delegacia, ó. Vá à sala de necrópsia do necrotério. Então, galera, próximo episódio a gente continua aqui, entra na delegacia e faz essa checagem, beleza?
Lead the way, Sheriff.
Para quem for acompanhar a série no canal, se vocês puderem deixar o gostei, eu agradeço. Para quem não for inscrito, se inscreve no canal e deixa um comentário o que vocês acharam dessa primeira hora de Alan Wake 2, beleza? Muito obrigado, forte abraço a todos, até a próxima, falou e fui, galera!